Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the latest financial filings and the stories they tell. Today, we're diving into Oblong, Incorporated's latest report, and let's just say the market might be getting a little chilly reception this fall. Before we jump in, if you are all about getting the real scoop behind company numbers and want to stay ahead of the curve, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hey, we've got a thriving community over on Discord where we break down these filings even further. So join us there, the link is in the description below. Alright, so we're looking at a current report from our friends at Oblong Incorporated. This is their Form 8K filing, which essentially means they're reporting some pretty important stuff that has happened recently. Think of it as a company's news flash to the public and the regulators. The big date here is the 13th of November, 2025. This is when the events they're reporting about actually took place or were earliest known. Oblong Incorporated, you might know them from their common stock trading under the ticker symbol OBLG on the Nasdaq Capital Market. This is what most people will refer to when they talk about owning a piece of the company. Now, the main event here, the juicy part of this filing, is all about their financial performance. Specifically, they've released their results for the 3 and 9 months that ended on the 30th of September, 2025. This is what investors and analysts are always looking for. How is the company actually doing financially? They announced these results via press release, which is attached to this filing. This is standard practice, giving everyone the same information at the same time. The key takeaway from this section is that they are talking about their financial results, and that is what we are here to decode. Now, let's get to the numbers. While this particular filing is more of an announcement of results rather than the full financial statements themselves. The press release it references is where the real meat is. Unfortunately, this particular 8K does not contain the actual financial tables within it, but it points to an attached press release which has the details. We have to assume the press release holds the key financial data we need to assess the company's health. In the spirit of digging deep, we'll focus on what this implies and what we are looking for in such reports from a company like Oblong. When a company like Oblong Incorporated reports its financial results, especially for a 9-month period, we're looking for trends. Are they growing? Are profits increasing? How are they managing their expenses? They will have reported revenues, which is the total money they brought in from selling their products or services. This is the top line, and it is crucial to see if it is moving in the right direction. Beyond revenue, the real story is in the profitability. That means looking at their net income or net loss. If they are reporting a loss, we want to understand why. Is it due to increased investments, one-time charges, or a fundamental problem with their business model? Think about it like this. If revenue is like the water flowing into a bucket, profits are what is left in the bucket after you've used some water for your needs, like paying for staff, supplies, and operations. For investors, you want to see that bucket filling up over time, not leaking too much. We also pay close attention to any significant changes in assets or liabilities. For example, if their debt is rising rapidly, that could be a red flag, meaning they are borrowing a lot of money, which can be risky. On the flip side, if their cash reserves are growing significantly, that is usually a good sign of financial stability. For Oblong Incorporated, like any company, the context of their industry is super important. What are their competitors doing? Is the overall market growing or shrinking? If Oblong is growing while the industry is shrinking, that is a big positive. But if they are shrinking while the rest of the industry is booming, then something is seriously wrong. This filing doesn't give us those specific year over. Year percentage changes or dollar figures directly in this document, but the press release it references would contain them. Imagine if this press release showed revenue increased by, say, 15% compared to the same period last year. That would be a healthy sign indicating growing demand for their offerings. If profits also increased by, let us say, 20%, that is even better, as it shows they are not only selling more, but also becoming more efficient or able to charge higher prices. However, if the revenue stayed flat or declined and profits dropped significantly, that would signal trouble. It could mean they are losing market share, facing intense competition, or have internal operational issues. A company could have increasing revenue but decreasing profit if their costs are going up faster than their sales, which is also a concern. The date, the 13th of November 2025, tells us this report is very current. This is important because financial markets move fast, and investors need up-to-date information to make informed decisions. A report like this helps them gauge the immediate health and future prospects of Oblong Incorporated. Now, looking at this filing broadly, Oblong Incorporated is a publicly traded company, meaning their stock is available for anyone to buy. Their performance, as reported in these financial results, directly impacts their stock price and how investors perceive them. A strong financial report generally leads to a higher stock price, while a weak one can cause it to fall. We also have to consider that companies sometimes highlight the positive aspects in their press releases. That is why at Corporate Decoder we dig deeper. We look for the nuances, the underlying trends, and what might be hidden between the lines. A great quarter in terms of revenue might be overshadowed by a huge increase in operating expenses, leading to a lower profit than expected. This report is a crucial piece of the puzzle for understanding Oblong Incorporated's trajectory. It is not just about the numbers themselves, but what those numbers mean for the company's strategy, its ability to innovate, compete, and ultimately deliver value to its shareholders. So, what is my take? Based on the nature of this filing, which points to a press release with financial results, the key will be in that press release. If Oblong Incorporated has shown solid revenue growth coupled with increasing profitability and prudent expense management, that is a positive signal. It suggests their business strategy is working and they are gaining traction in the market. However, if the numbers reveal stagnant sales or declining profits, we'd need to investigate the reasons behind it. Are they facing major industry headwinds, or are there company-specific issues at play? A significant increase in debt or a sharp drop in cash could also be warning signs about their financial resilience. The overall direction indicated by these results will tell us whether Oblong is on a path to sustained growth and profitability or facing significant challenges. Alright, that is our initial look at Oblong Incorporated's latest filing. What is your take on these numbers and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate finance. And don't forget to check out the Discord link in the description to join the conversation. Thanks for watching, see you next time.